What's going on, guys? Welcome to our live stream. For anybody who's tuning in live or anybody who's going to tune in after the fact, we're going to have a couple awesome articles about Aurora Cannabis. We're going to give you guys a couple seconds just to quickly join up the stream, and then we'll get into all the news and information that we have. And we are seeing Aurora Cannabis in the green finally, so it's a good day. I do wish that we could potentially see more of a pullback to $8. Whether we'll get that or not, we'll have to wait and find out. Let me just load up my app right here so I can get to your comments, and I'll be right there. So, what's up, Alex? I'll be taking a look at T-God in 2 seconds. Anybody new to the stream, thanks for joining. Hit that like button, and I'll have the information for you right away. This guy's so annoying, but he supports my channel. So, alright guys, we definitely have some news for Aurora Cannabis, just from Cam Batley, a couple articles from Seeking Alpha. We're going to be touching up on the cannabis stocks. No pullback, please. Yo, you're on highway watching. Damn, DG Slots, you're crazy, bro. What's your 2 cents on Hexo? Get to that in a second. What's up, Nick? Randy, Jeff. Yes, sir, we're going to be talking about that. So I hope you guys like this time of the day. I don't know, I figured I'd test out a 2 p.m. live stream. Sorry about that. All right, so let's get straight into things. I mean, do you guys want me to recap the markets, or do you want to get into the couple articles that we've got here about Aurora Cannabis? Let me know. I've got them ready to go. That's good, Mike. You know what? I had a funny dream last night, guys. I had the most messed up dream. I had a dream I sold all my Aurora shares, and I woke up and I was like, I talk about Aurora so much, and how am I going to talk about Aurora when I don't have any more shares? But sorry, I just thought that was a little bit funny. Anyways, let's talk. So I've got 3 articles about Aurora Cannabis, 2 from Seeking Alpha, and 1 that my dad sent me from Yahoo Finance. So this was Aurora Cannabis executive defends. So Cam Batley defends the debt issued as shares slide, and the shares were obviously sliding since we hit almost $10. So Aurora Cannabis has slid about 15% since the company announced plans to issue $300 million in convertible senior notes. Last week, the market's forceful response prompted Cam Batley, CEO at the Edmonton-based cannabis producer, to stand up and defend the offering, farming it as a necessary step towards profitability that will not crush shareholder value. The notes pay a semi-annual 5.5% per annum cash interest rate and mature on February 28, 2024. Batley said while the securities can be settled in either stock or cash at Aurora's discretion, the company will opt for the latter. So I'm going to keep reading this. We've got a high level of confidence with respect to where our revenues are going and how much cash flow we are going to have. That's what gives us the confidence that we are going to be able to cash settle either all or substantially all the amount, he told Yahoo Finance on Wednesday. So today is Thursday. That was yesterday, earlier this month. So obviously the stock's up 3% since then. Yeah, I know I should be dreaming of green candles. Anyways, earlier this month, Aurora said the company is on track to achieve positive EBITDA within the next 2 quarters. However, this company's sales forecast for its second fiscal quarter fell below analysts' expectations. But honestly, guys, they were just throwing darts in the dark room in terms of trying to predict how much Aurora is going to make. Whether we make 50 million, whether we make 70 million, you know, it's all going to be guidance for the next couple quarters, personally, in my opinion. It's guidance. It's not about nickel and diming how close we were to the analysts. But we put out an article about how analysts were wrong and Aurora essentially didn't miss. But we'll keep reading a bit of this article. It's basically almost finished. Aurora has often leaned on its stock to pay for more than 15 acquisitions over the past 2.5 years. Most recently, an all-share transaction valued at approximately $175 million to buy Whistler Medical Marijuana Corporation. We are able to shift gears now, having assembled substantially the assets and capabilities that we believe we need in an intense period of M&A, Batley said. We are looking at this as the last raise we need to do before profitability. Aurora stated that proceeds from the convertible note offering will support Canadian and international expansion initiatives, future acquisitions, and general corporate purposes. So I really think that ACB is going to get into the hemp market in the US, just as Canopy has as well. Batley said the notes have the added benefit of engaging large institutional investors in the United States and Canada, as well as some in Europe. Bank of Montreal in Canada and Cohen in the US worked with Aurora on the offering, so that's pretty cool. Cannabis stocks are notoriously popular with young retail investors, a factor that has contributed to speculation and wild price swings. So yeah, what's going on, guys? 115 people watching and only 15 likes. I haven't asked for likes yet because I'm just trying to bring you guys the news, but please hit that like button. Can we see it jump to 50 in like 2 seconds? That'd be awesome. Cannabis. Okay, so Toronto listed Aurora shares hit an all-time closing high of 1507 on October 15th, 2018, 2 days before the launch of recreational legalization in Canada. Blah blah blah. We've seen the stock do wild swings. One thing that will save some of the volatility off the sector is bringing more institutional investors in. Security brings in some high quality long-term investors. That will definitely cause we'll definitely see some stability if we've got some long-term institutional investors, for sure. Because I mean, right now a lot of people love to trade Aurora. Aurora is a pretty awesome swing trading stock, because if you're stuck, you know, bag holding Aurora, it's not the end of the world, at least in my opinion. Thanks for the likes, guys. We're already at 40, so that's we got 2 more articles, and I'm gonna answer some comments now. Give me a sec. Sorry, but I want ACB to go down more for Friday. Yes, Harry, me too. 1 like equals 1 Aurora share. Stop knocking on the table. My dog keeps barking. Sorry, man. That's my coffee. I was just I'll put it down lightly for you. Likes almost doubled. Bam, just like that. Naughty, naughty. It says investors get shares. Who wants that naughty button? Hit that like button. New name, the Aurora channel. Done, my friend. I feel like with this big chess game of pot companies, ACB is going to get the final checkmate, potentially. Same here. I'd like to round up more ACB shares if it goes down. Finally figured out what that extra A stands for in your name, Aaron and Aurora. I still ACB so mean. What happens Friday? Aaron, have you looked up Maramed? I've heard of Maramed. I haven't done too much research on Maramed, but investors get shares. So guys, I quickly want to take a second, and then we're gonna so no one leave this stream and hit that like button. We've got 2 more articles about Aurora on the way. I just want to give a quick shout out on Instagram, so just give me 2 seconds. Shout out to Investing Hustler, Speedy Recovery, everybody watching, and thanks for tuning into my stream. So that's it. Now who wants more articles on Aurora? And I'll be taking a look at some more marijuana companies along with, let's recap this sector right now. Let's just see what's going on. We are seeing T-God lead the way, up 12%. It's nice to finally see T-God in the green. And we're at 53 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna give Investing Hustler that quick tag on Instagram. Investing Hustler. Hopefully he gets better soon. Well, he's okay, but it just hopefully there we go. Okay, we're done. So guys, we're seeing Aphria Health. You should have bought T-God yesterday. I know. Naughty. Aphria Health, up 6%. Aurora Cannabis. You know, after I started talking about Aurora Cannabis, guys, we're up another 2%. So, you know, I don't know if it's just me, but maybe everybody's just tuning into Departures Capital, buying up those Aurora shares. We are not paid by Aurora, but the stock it has just recently started to take off, and I wonder, is that because of us? No, I'm just kidding. We're seeing Emblem up 4%, Kronos again up to over 20 bucks, up another 5%. Looks like we're heading towards 21 bucks almost. Geez, Valens, Growworks, Charlotte's Web. We're seeing a lot of stocks in the green, and we're actually seeing some cannabis stocks push into the green. What are the biggest decliners on the day, though? Matic Enterprises, Pure Global Cannabis, Acreage Holdings. Acreage Holdings is selling off as they had that tremendous run. FSD Pharma. Man, this stock's down to 30 cents. FSD cannot catch a break. It looks like we could potentially be heading into the 20s. Let's hope not. So, sorry about the knocking. That's the last time. I'm just so used to putting my coffee down so strongly. Anyways, so I got two more articles about Aurora. One is very short. Aurora Cannabis closes 345 million of convertible debt offering. It's up 1.1%. The initial conversion rate is 138.37 common shares per $1,000. So that's USD. And we've got a longer article. This is a pretty long article about Aurora's 300 million convertible notes and its disguised dilution. So, what's up, Morris? You missed the first article. Just some talk that Cam Batley's reassuring shareholders about the convertible debt is not really going to be dilution, or at least they expect the majority of it to be paid out in cash and not in shares. So I don't know why this thing's messing around. Come on, man. Some virus crap. Okay, here we go. Seeking Alpha. I'm going to get into this article for you guys. So do you guys want to take a look at some stocks? Do you want to comment some stuff? Or would you like to get into this article? You've got 10 seconds to vote. Either the article or stock requests. Taking a look at some charts. In the meantime, I'm going to look at Micron Waste. It's not dilution if the medical weed market causes Aurora to make billions per quarter. All right, guys. 4 votes for the article. So we're going to get into the article. Okay, the article it is. So, Aurora's 300 million convertible notes and its disguised dilution. Aurora priced 300 million of convertible notes, and investors reacted negatively by sending the stock down 12%. Yep, the vote is for the article. Aurora's CCO Cam Batley appeared on an interview the next day and claimed that Aurora intends to settle future conversion in cash. However, as we show in this article, cash settlement actually results in more dilution compared to share settlement. Damn, Seeking Alpha, that's a double negative. What are you guys saying? I just want to load up comments on my phone so it's a little easier for me to... Okay, perfect. Wow, 116 people, guys. Hit that like button. Aurora surprised its investors last week by pricing 300 million convertible notes. Investors reacted fiercely to the announcement, sending the stock down 12% in 2 days. It was actually down almost 15% in after hours. That's a short seller who wrote this article. Probably. I like to see both sides of it. You know, Seeking Alpha, sometimes they do put out some crap. But we'll just see what they have to say about Aurora. Aurora wouldn't be our biggest position still if, you know, we weren't long-term bullish on the company. So anyways, Aurora announced that all-stock acquisition... Oh, wait. I skipped some stuff. Investors worried about the potential dilution as a result of the conversion feature. Earlier last week, Aurora also announced an all-stock acquisition of a small craft producer for $175 million, which comes with more than 20 million shares to be added to Aurora's share count, which is approaching 1 billion at this point. Management tried to claim that these notes are non-dilutive because they can be settled in cash. However, we will show you why we believe that's not exactly true. Why does my phone keep... Aurora 300 million convertible notes. Aurora announced Wednesday that it is seeking to sell 250 million of convertible notes and that it intends to use the proceeds for its Canadian and international expansions, acquisitions, and other general purposes. Investors reacted negatively to the news. The stock dropped 10.5% on Thursday, followed by another 2% loss, and we did sell off into the rest of the week. This is semi-old. Aurora's on fire. Let me just pull up ACB on this other computer, and then we can just keep reading this article. But yeah, it's going up today. Below is a summary of what we know about the convertible notes. So 300 million and another 45 million for over allotment. The notes will mature February 2024. 5.5% cash interest paid semi-annually. Conversion price at $7.23 per share. Conversions can be settled in cash or shares or both by Aurora's choice. Aurora could redeem at face value after February 2020. The key for investors is that the conversion feature, because Aurora shareholders have long been worrying about dilutions. People are wondering, why did Aurora issue convertible debentures instead of straight up debt? The reason is likely that cannabis companies do not have access to the traditional banking sector and lenders. For other institutional investors, they require sweeteners from Aurora, such as the conversion feature. So I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, a lot of people, there's a lot of talk about, you know, these cannabis companies coming up with creative ways to get funding. And I think that at least ACB is trying something new. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. So while we appreciate management's efforts to calm investors, we think people might be confusing the concepts of dilution with the form of settlement. The form of settlement means how the convertible notes will be paid out, either in the form of cash or Aurora stocks. The settlement form will influence the dilutive effect of these convertible notes, but it won't change the fact that shareholders are diluted either way. The key thing to understand is that the share price reflects the market value of Aurora, which includes the amount of cash that is available at the company. If Aurora chooses to pay the note holders in cash, it would reduce the market value of the company, which in turn would reduce the share price of all Aurora shareholders. So there's not too much left in this article, guys. Just 2 more paragraphs if you guys are enjoying this. Yes, ACB needed a good day. ACB long-term, hell yeah. Just went into fork and they are fairly new. Hit bottom. Yes, sir, Aurora. Okay, so, wow, 126 people, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you. This is one of my best streams ever, and I appreciate it. So we're going to keep reading this article. Just 2 more paragraphs. The table below shows what would happen to Aurora's share price when it decides to pay the note holders either in cash or in common shares. When Aurora pays in stock, the shareholders will be diluted. The share price will theoretically drop as share count increases and the market value stays the same. However, if Aurora decides to pay cash, the result is actually worse for shareholders because the cash is paid out. Will reduce the market value, thus share price for all shareholders. Due to the difference between denominator and numerator, cash payment actually represents a worse outcome for shareholders compared to share settlement. Note that we have used an illustrative share price of $7.23, which equals the conversion price. So what, we're talking 0.2% difference on a cash settlement. Yeah, so it's a 4.3% dilution, or a 4.1% dilution if we pay out in shares. We think investors deserve to know the truth about this convertible notes deal and why the conversion feature will be dilutive no matter how the conversion is settled. Ultimately, we think management needs to show more confidence and candidness when communicating with investors, as we believe the convertible debt does not represent an attractive source of capital. Tilray also issued $400 million of convertible debt in October 2018, which speaks to the usefulness of this capital source. Dilution is not a bad thing by itself as long as capital is spent on productive uses, such as acquisitions and organic growth. We think investors should focus on making sure Aurora management focuses on deploying capital creditively in order to create shareholder value. So, I don't know why my phone keeps turning off. It's really annoying me, but I'll answer all the comments now, guys. ACB is cool, but I like Kronos and Canopy. When did the news come out? I got these news articles today in my inbox. I'm down. Aphria, can I read? I can read about Aurora all day. Yes, Dave. All three Canopy Cron. Is Tilray a bother you think eventually? Buy a new one. Okay, let's take a look at Aurora now, see what we're doing. I mean, it's pretty funny. The stock decided to explode since we started talking about it, which is all right. But I mean, I actually want it to go down a little bit more because I want to buy more. That's the only reason, guys. I'm not short Aurora. It's the most shares we have. I just want to buy more at $8, but it's $8.66 now. So, wowzers. Any new people to this stream, make sure to hit the subscribe button too. You know, I've seen a lot of new activity on my channel, a lot more people, and yeah, I appreciate the views, guys. Me too, Aaron, but I gotta sell BAM and RNX if I can. I want to buy 2. Yes, I have all 3, Aurora, Canopy, and Cron. Please do the bull market recap. Full market recap. Alright, well, we've got 136 people in here, guys, so I'm not going to be getting off live anytime soon. Perfect, let's start with the market recap. Okay, and I seem to have lost my cannabis portfolio now as I clicked on, okay, here, perfect. So, for anybody new to the stream, we've recapped 3 articles. So one about Aurora's $345 million debt. We just went through this article, 300 million convertible notes, and how it's going to have an effect on dilution, and how they're actually saying that paying it out in cash could potentially dilute the shares more, which makes sense in a way. And then also we talked about Aurora Cannabis executive, it's Cam Batley. He was defending convertible debt and saying that they're going to pay it out in cash and there's not going to be much dilution. But yeah, so we'll see what happens for that. But I'm going to recap first off the cannabis stocks. We're seeing a really nice run in TGOD. Finally, TGOD is pulling its stocks back up. We're up at about 350 now, I believe, up 13%, 345. So this could be the next thing for TGOD. I hope that TGOD is turning around. Very nice run today. But what we need to do is we need to get back into the $5 level and then trade in there for a while. I'd be happy. I would sell half of TGOD personally. All right, so Aphria Health and Aurora Cannabis is the 3rd biggest decliner on the day so far as of 2:35 p.m. We're seeing Aphria Health up 6.75%. That's one that we were talking about, Aphria Health, recently. Heritage Cannabis, Tilray is finally catching a bounce, up to almost $75. International Cannabrands holding on to some of their recent gains to 12 cents. A lot of stocks flat or almost flat. 48 North, Weed MD, Oxy Cannabis, Aphria. I don't know what's going on with that whole Green Growth Brands deal, but hasn't seemed to have had much effect on the stock right now. And Green Growth Brands is up 0.5%. So don't know much about MariMed. I can do some more research. Let's talk about MedMen. The stock was really expensive at one point, but I think MedMen's going to be a very interesting one. IIPR. I think I know which one you're talking about. Let's see here. Sorry, 1 second. Innovative Industrial Properties. I like this one too. It's a very interesting REIT. I believe we reviewed this stock recently. The stock's very expensive. That's the only problem. But I love the business of being in a real estate investment trust in the cannabis sector. I can't stand that my phone keeps shutting off. How do I turn off this battery mode? Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds. Battery optimization, like stop turning off. Okay, let's see. Power saving mode. What a bunch of nonsense. Alright, I think we fixed it. Okay. Alright guys, so MedMen's sitting at $3. Chart's looking pretty nice. It looks like it's leveling out. Just invested in IIPR yesterday. I wish I would have known about it sooner. Yeah, IIPR is pretty nice too because it pays a dividend. 2.5% dividend. No, it's plugged in. My phone's plugged in and it still keeps annoying me. So, alrighty. Let's see here. So, for decliners today, Matic Enterprises, Pure Global Cannabis, True Leaf Cannabis, Liberty Leaf. Oh my gosh, that stock's at 11 cents. What a joke. Naughty, naughty phone. So, this song is super annoying too. Holy smokes. Alright, let's recap the rest of the markets. We're going to be taking a look at the major indexes. Hope I don't lose too many of you guys. But this is stuff that we got to know. So we're seeing the Dow essentially flat with the NASDAQ leading the way. We're going to take a look at the... Oh, I'm echoing. There we go. US 10-year yield. My phone is naughty, naughty.
Naughty, naughty, naughty.
We're seeing the US 10-year yield drop 1.56%. So we're actually seeing a pretty big sell-off in the US 10-year yield, which means investors are taking positions in bonds as the market's going sideways today. So we are seeing a little bit of risk-off trade. It's kind of unusual to see the 10-year yield drop so much when the market has not dropped. But, I mean, the 10-year yield has been running. So we're going to take a look quickly at the VIX. If the 10-year yield's dropping, the VIX should maybe be in the green. No, it's dropping too. Volatility's dropping, but the 10-year yield's dropping. Interesting. Interesting day. Okay, so there's a few more things I wanted to look. We'll just check in on cryptos real quick. I don't expect too much to be happening there, and nothing essentially. Bitcoin and Ripple and Ether are flat. Let's check in on commodities. We're seeing a sell-off in gold and silver. Gold selling down to $12.78. Silver selling down to $15.29. And crude is, well, natural gas is up 3.5%. Crude's up 1%. If gold continues to pull back, there's some miners I'm definitely, oh my gosh. There's some miners I'm definitely taking a look at. Only screen is frozen. Really? Okay, guys. Sorry, I was in the wrong window. Foolish. Foolish of me, but thank you for pointing that out. So I guess I got to recap that stuff again. So the US 10-year yield, now you guys can finally see it. So the US 10-year yield is pulling back a bit as the markets go sideways. In terms of commodities, we're seeing crude in the green again. We're seeing gold pull back. And we are seeing the VIX drop again below 20. So there we go. You guys can see in real time now. We've got the VIX sinking down 1.2%. If you guys can see how much it spiked throughout the crash, it's pretty nuts. The last time we saw a spike like that on the VIX was... The VIX actually spiked a lot higher back in the start of 2018. But that's when we saw those ETFs essentially go bankrupt in one day. Comparing things though, I wish I could zoom out more, but I can't. We've only seen that kind of volatility 5 times so far. But this recent sell-off was not even that bad. We've got that question a bajillion times about, is Aurora Cannabis going to partner up with Coke? I don't know, guys. I feel like either Aurora's really picky or there's something that the companies don't like about Aurora, or they just don't get along. Those are pretty much the only two possibilities. So, alright, so what are we at here, guys? We're at 45 minutes. We're at 59 likes. That's pretty darn good. So, now it's time for comments. Now it's time for requests. What do you guys want me to take a look at? I'll do that for the next 10 minutes. Feel free to ask away. Questions, comments, anything. Drop some comments. Let's hear what you guys want. If people could drink cannabis, they'd already be doing it. Coke and weed. Yeah, I mean, Coca-Cola and weed. What's your target share price? ACB. Any good cannabis stocks pretty cheap that I should keep my eye out for? I have some NBEV and ACB, and I'm new to stocks. That's a good question. Let's take a look at bills. I'll take a look at bills. What's up, NTB? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with bills. Danny B's new IPO. I didn't know about the Organogram lawsuit. Feel free to drop that comment. Okay, Aphria Health, Tilt Holdings. I want to do a video on Tilt Holdings. I'm just waiting for some confirmation on that. Because I interviewed the one dude who helped take Tilt public. So bills is a reverse split. That's why it's so high. Yeah, an RTO. The stock exploded though. It no doubt exploded. Let's get into our portfolio here. Can't find it, guys. Sorry. Let's go. Loop share up 210%. Bills did a reverse split. That's why it's so high. VGW. Alright, let's see. Let's check in on another few portfolios real quick. So we're going to take a look at the financials, see what the financials are up to today. Yeah, I know it exploded because of a reverse split. So the financials not doing too much, just slightly in the green. We sold Bank of America at 29 bucks or 29.03. So I want to see a pullback in financial stocks now. Utility companies in the green. Cryas Energy continues to run. Canadian Utilities, Algonquin Power. This is one of our biggest winners. Algonquin just doing so good. Precious metal miners. Wow, we are seeing a 10% rise in the shares of RNX. Royal Nickel Corporation. First Majestic's up. Victoria Gold is down. I can't speak on in terms of what stocks should you buy, but I do like at MedMen at $3. I think the majority of the selling for that stock is done since it's IPO'd. So MedMen's looking a lot more attractive right now. That's actually one that is on my watch list. Not too sure about it yet. Cryptocurrency miners, we're not seeing much. AMD and Nvidia are up 5% though. Hive Blockchain and Taiwan Semiconductor up 3%. We are seeing some green for oil producers. Crestpoint and Canna, Athabasca, Suncor all up 1 to 2%. AltaGas selling off again. Shame. We are seeing some financials up. I'm going to put together a real estate investment trust portfolio. Actually, let me add a few to this. I want to add IIPR. I really do like Northwest Healthcare, but there's also Sienna Senior Living. Like, if there's one safe investment that I really do believe in the future is real estate investment trusts in the long-term seniors care sector. That's one of my favorite sectors. The baby boomers are just gonna make those companies so much money. All right, guys, we're seeing Algonquin Power and Utilities Co. just about at a new all-time high. This stock has performed really well, pays a nice dividend. I like what they're up to. We're super long-term bullish on the company, and it's had a nice run throughout the course of the last, well, since 2009. Sierra Senior Living. This stock has finally decided to start coming back. It's made a nice rebound recently. I know the stock was kind of going sideways. This is one that I'm definitely taking a look at now. The charts are looking pretty good. It's looking pretty stable. I just want to see what kind of dividend they're paying. WDBG is a rocking today. Damn, Doug. You weren't joking about that. I'll take a look at that in a second. All right, 5.41%. That's paying a nice dividend. I'm liking that company. We'll get into the cannabis stocks in 2 seconds. There's just a couple of these real estate investment trusts that I just can't stop looking at. Northwest Healthcare Properties. So this stock is also paying 7.6%. The stock has recovered off of 950 up to 1060. Kind of gone sideways, but we've recovered with the market. So anyways, it's interesting. Saw the article on New Cannabis Ventures about Organogram. All right, we'll take a look at that in 2 seconds. Hot stocks. What's hot stocks? Aurora Cannabis up 5.45%. We're seeing gains in Alibaba and Tesla today, and in iShares China. This is another ETF that I like if you're looking to invest in the broader market and you're in Canada and you want exposure to mainly China. There's an iShares ETF for China. That's one that we do like. One of my favorite stocks also, Welltower. I like China Telecom. I like Alibaba. Alibaba's recovered pretty nicely. Take a look at Welltower, guys. This stock has been on fire. I want to buy it, but now I feel like it's too expensive. REITs you get in when dividend are low for growth. Yeah, that's true. But Welltower has just been crazy. It's been such a good performing stock over the last, since mid 2018. We were buying mid 2018. I'm definitely a little bit more cautious about adding to this position, but I do want to hold this long term. Who knows? We could keep running. I mean, we've got a potential to go to 80, 85 off of 75 and collecting and still sitting on that nice dividend of about 4 to 5%, I believe. 4.74%. So that's not bad. Bedman's chart is a screaming buy. Don't miss out. Stock market Moses, what's going on, buddy? I do think Medmen is looking pretty good. Canada's having problems with supply. When edibles and drinks come out, the supply is going to be even worse. There was actually an article that put out recently about how there could be a supply shortage for the next like 3 years. So that'll be very interesting to see if it holds true. Oil ends up as Venezuela crisis trumps U.S. crude gasoline builds. So we're seeing T-God run into the close up 14.4%. If you're tuning in, Max, well, T-God's finally having its day. So it's nice to see we're seeing Aurora Cannabis up 5.45%. And Aphria Health gaining, Kronos gaining too. Kronos is going to 21 bucks, so why do you think Medmen is going to explode? I think Aaron wants me to start with my jokes again. Yo, stock market Moses. You can joke all you want, but just keep it appropriate. That's all I ask. Part the waters, Moses. Look at the chart. Cash button. For Aurora Cannabis. Yes, sir. Alright, guys, we are nearing... Oh, sorry. We're nearing 1 hour in the stream. We'll give you guys until 3 o'clock, and then I'm gonna start to prepare for my market minute video. So feel free to drop comments, ask me questions. We'll be here. I'll be here, and I'm gonna edit the vlog today. So I'm gonna edit the vlog that I shot in Toronto with Investing Hustler last week. Unfortunately, you guys know what happened to Investing Hustler. Super sad. He's in my prayers still. And we'll be putting out that video because we'll show you guys when he was happy. 654 looks like resistance. Aaron, when can we have X-rated live chat? I don't know. I haven't opened my RedTube account yet. I haven't started live streaming on Pornhub yet. Just kidding. Aaron, can you get carded by YouTube if it's X-rated chat? Yeah, I still T-God too, unfortunately. Yeah. What up, Clay Say? So basically, I've heard that your streams can get demonetized if there's a whole bunch of inappropriate stuff in the stream. They're not gonna like ban me or like, I don't know, I could get a strike or whatever, but YouTube will censor most of the bad words. So then I can if I approve it, then I might get in trouble. But YouTube will, if you guys say really inappropriate stuff, then I might get in trouble if I allow it after it's been flagged. But yeah, I don't know, you guys can joke about whatever you want. I don't care. Keep it appropriate, and if you're gonna try and say some bad words, like just say them in a way where YouTube doesn't catch it, because I'm all for fun. ACB closing in on that gap. $7 will be very soon off $8. GOAT, greatest of all times. So yeah, Billy, I get monetized when YouTube runs ads. So when you guys join this stream, initially there's just one 5-second ad, and then obviously there's no ads throughout the stream, but when the stream eventually posts to my channel, then I can add ads in. So my streams are generally long, so I don't add ads until it's like every 10 minutes. So if you guys hate ads, watch my streams. You'll get more bang for your buck, but the ads support me and help me, you know, just make a bit of money every month so I can keep doing this. So anyways, biggest investor channel. How big? One sec. I wanna see. Biggest investor channel. So what happened to Investing Hustler? Thanks, Stock Market Moses. I mean, some people complain that I make a 10 to 12 minute video and I put 3 ads in it, and I guess I can see how it'd be annoying. I apologize for anybody who doesn't like that, but at the same time, it's just 5 seconds, so just click that skip button and continue to support me. It helps me a lot. I don't make that much money off it, to be honest, but every bit helps. Aaron, what does Aurora mean that you get 137 shares? I'll tell you in a second. Just watching you guys and seeing what happened to Investing Hustler. Threw him a few bucks. Hope it helps. Yes, that's good. Support Investing Hustler. Even better, Steven. I mean, if you guys let the ads run, that's like the best possible thing that can happen. But I make them skippable. So I know some channels make it where you can't skip the ad and you got to watch the whole thing. But I'm not trying to be greedy. But I mean, I worked so hard for months, not making $1 on YouTube just to get monetized. I mean, I'm gonna put ads in now. That's just how it is. Hustler was Stock Market Moses. See, there we go with those jokes. Aurora, Aaron, what does it mean by it? Yeah. Where are you based out of? Aaron, I'll tell you that in a second. I understand the ad thing. I'm hoping that I can do that next year. Thanks for everything you do. I spend every day watching the videos. You update usually seconds after you investing hustler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, Clayton. There are 3 types of ads you can put on vids. Because of investing hustler, I keep a gun next to my mouse. They're ads. It's YouTube. Get over it. Thank you, Morris. Because that means someone famous. Just read my comment. ACB going up today? Yes, sir. Full skippable and the banner ads. Yep. So, Chris, for the 5th time, so the company can buy debt from Aurora Cannabis, and they're gonna be convertible into shares in the future, potentially. That's what it means. So for every $1,000, you get 137 shares. What's the Aurora news? Nowadays, no one can work for free. Well said, Morris. Yeah, and anybody who goes on YouTube for free and complains about the ads, will ask them if they go to their job and whatever they do and they work for free. I don't think so. So yeah, we'll do one more recap and then I'm going to end this stream because I got another video to shoot. So today we put out 3 articles. I believe one of them is gone now, but it's a really tiny article. Here. It was just, oh no, that's the big one. Okay, one sec. I'll put out the 345. So there was 3 articles today. One was about Aurora Cannabis closing $345 million of convertible debt. Just a very small article. The initial conversion rate is 138.3 common shares per $1,000. Your mom works for free. My mom is a stay-at-home mom, so she does work for free. You worked hard for over 6 months to even get monetized. Yes, that is true. The second article we put out was Aurora's 300 million convertible notes and its disguised dilution. So this is a pretty long article. You can either watch the stream, you can read it yourself. It's on seekingalpha.com, available for everyone. And they're just essentially saying how, you know, by Aurora paying out that 300 million in cash, as Cam Batley said, instead of doing more dilution in terms of the shares, it could potentially be worse than paying it out in shares. And we're just going to zoom in on this real quick for you guys. Now, I don't know if I agree with it, but they do make a point, but every negative article on Aurora always seems to make some kind of point. So this would mean if they settled the newly issued debt in shares, you would see a 4.1% dilution. And if you settled it in cash, you would see a 4.3% dilution. And that's because the cash is actually leaving the company as opposed to just diluting the shares. So, but anyways, guys, that's for another discussion. Basically, the article was written by a short seller. Potentially, I think so. You're probably right. Sorry, stock market Moses. You can't, but you can see a photo of my dad. I forget I included it in one of my videos. My dad's funny. What does it mean already? Aurora seen investors get 137 shares. Chris. I just explained that, but I'll try and tell you one more time. So, for every $1,000, it says right here, for every $1,000 principal, you know, for every note that is issued, the conversion rate is 137.37 common shares, which means if you buy a $1,000 note for Aurora, you're going to collect interest, 5.5% per year. The notes are due in 2024, and they'll either be paid out in cash or they'll be paid out in common shares. So that's what it means. Got it? I don't own any shares of Boss, but it's a pretty interesting company. And the last article that Yahoo Finance put out today that I was just talking about was Aurora Cannabis executive defends convertible debt issued. So it's just Cam Batley talking about how he's saying that they're raising money in a different way, what they're using it for, and then it's not going to cause dilution. Although one way or the other, people are kind of saying that it will cause dilution. Honestly, guys, if this is a way that Aurora can raise money and it doesn't look so bad, I'm okay with that for the short term, as long as the money is being put to good use. That's all I care about. As long as Aurora puts their money to good use, I don't care if they continue to dilute their shares. I mean, they've already bought 15 companies, and I think like the bulk of their M&A spree is probably over. I mean, we'll see, but at the same time, you know, acquisitions that make sense, I'm not opposed to, because if they just keep buying up all the good companies, well, what is Aurora going to be in the future? A combination of all the good companies that they own? I think that's just a long-term positive. But obviously, if you're a trader of the stock, you're going to watch these things a little more closely, because that's the stuff that matters. But we're just looking to accumulate long-term, so I'm just looking to buy at the right time. Abandoned ship. Steven, do you see that investors with Aurora get 137 shares? Is there a date you have to get in for that to take effect? Aurora has an end game in mind. They aren't doing this for no reason. Exactly. Exactly, Daniel. You're right about that. Do you know of any good CBD stocks? Chris, what do you mean? Does anybody know why Aurora says... Chris, you asked the question like 45 times. I just explained it. Okay. How many is 137 shares in Thailand? I don't know, guys. We're gonna end this stream. Chris gets a hit of the naughty button. Okay. Okay, guys, 2 more minutes. Have you checked out HMPQ? Yes, sir, I have. I only have $500 invested. I still get shares of Aurora, part of the 137. No, sir. Chris, you do not get any shares. The only people who might get shares in the future are the people who invested in the convertible debentures. And when they mature in 2024, you're either going to get cash or shares. And that's if you invested $1,000. But anyways. That's it, guys. Oh, what's up? What's up, KBH? Peace out, Aaron. You're posting a vid. Post-market. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I will. I will be shooting that in about like 5-10 minutes. I'm just going to take a quick little break. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm waiting to rebut in ACB. What's good entry point? Torwanko. So sorry. What's up, Tony? So for ACB, we're going to take a quick look at the charts one more time because it's our favorite stock, right? And we've got 130 people in the room now, so I'll take it. And ACB is on fire today, up 6.42% after Cam Batley reassures shareholders that there will be dilution either way. I'm just kidding. Just joking, just joking. Could 825 have been the bottom for Aurora, and are we going to see the stock continue to run back up to 10 bucks? It's looking like a possibility, and we might have to look at stocks outside of the cannabis sector now because that minor pullback could be over now. And we've just lost 21 people. We've just lost 19 people from our stream. Come on, guys. All right, so we are seeing ACB pull its stocks back up. It seems that every time Cam Batley talks, he just reassures everybody. I don't like that chart. I like this chart. So you guys, we saw the selling slow down a bit, and we're seeing the stock pull back up a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see. The market may crash. Do we get the 137 shares in email or what? but what a messy chart. You think this is a dead cat bounce, whereas Canopy, Aaron lost everything in the market. Repo man are waiting for him outside. This is not true, but that'd be not that great. Great news, my life, my FE. You still think market crash or for real? Aaron, talk about the 137 shares that we get from Aurora. Great news, my friend. First time on your stream, we'll definitely come back. Gonna be throwing a whopping $50 to $100 into stocks each month. That's what I'm talking about, Joey the Mr. HD. I see it, Tony. Traders will take profits, take their pound of flesh. Yes, but even a crash, we will see ACB go up. Get those shares in BitConnect. Aphria is trash. Uh-oh. You think ACB will hit $8? I don't know. The stock's climbing right now, and it's hard to say. ACB is having a really nice run, especially when the markets are flat today. So it's pretty interesting. Chris, I don't know what else there is to talk about in terms of the 138.3 shares. It's not 137, bro. Get your stuff together, please. How to buy Aurora in Canada. Low key, you got to go to the bank and open an account. That's how you buy it. ACB is definitely a good position. APH was broadcasting 15:15 today. Madman. Okay. Well, we're going to have to wrap up this stream, guys, because it's been over an hour. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, Chris, for talking about the 138.3 shares that we are going to not receive because you didn't invest in the convertible debentures. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Before you leave, hit that like button. I see that we're at 59 likes, and I believe, like, you know, it could go higher. Oh, we're at 95 likes, guys. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? So that's it for the stream today, guys. Drop a few more comments. I'll give you one more minute, and I'll answer everything else in the comments. 10. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to count down. I got you. So, thank you. We're at 100 likes, guys. Really appreciate it. This was our most successful stream so far, so I'm going to leave before we've got less than 100 people in the room. So, I'll be doing another stream tomorrow, 100%. If I keep getting people, this many people, it's awesome, and I'm only going to continue to stream more. So, potentially in the morning, potentially in the afternoon, but we saw a really good turnout today. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. We'll be posting more videos on the channel today, so tune in, and I'm out. Let's go, Aurora.